This is where Morgan and I landed in Kauai on an organic farm. Here, let me turn it around. See? Big house, cabins. You got cabins here. Turn this back around. Hello, everybody. Yeah. Sky. It's an organic farm that we were blessed to land on. Yeah, here's some of the stuff they're growing. You just come pick stuff up out of the garden and make a salad. It's got all kinds of stuff. That's our place up there where the clothes are hanging. And from there you can see the ocean out that way. And then if you're up there too, you can see the mountains. But you can't see them from down here on the ground floor. Hey, Tom White Bear. So here's my sister came in yesterday. Tzveta Davinci.
Hello, whoever you are. Hello. We're gonna do some tanza here in the morning.
Yeah, we're gonna start filming it.
Gonna do some shaking asses, bodies.
Here, I'm gonna get a chair. So she came in yesterday, and today we went traveling around, and just one thing after another happens. So we were heading up to the North Shore to go to this observation cliff where Morgan and I go to get downloaded. And on the way over there, we picked up a hitchhiker, a lady by the name of Liz that lived here for a number of years, and then she moved back to the mainland. And she was a healer, and she was also telling us that she was a galactic being, and said that we were probably galactic beings. It's pretty cool. So we just go from one place to another. Then we went to Princeville, or to Honolulu, where Puff the Magic Dragon is, Honolulu Bay. And then we went into a metaphysical shop and saw our friend Milana, who works there. Yeah, so we just thought, since Tzveta's here and she likes to be on camera all the time, we just thought that we're going to start sharing our experience. See here? This is a vacant lot on the next to the organic farm, or actually in the middle of it. And this is Tzveta's new office.
Yeah, that's my, look at that, show them that.
That's your desk.
That's my magic desk. Look at that, just put it down, put the camera down, look at that. This is come from Miami Beach. I've been dancing with this on the beach. Hello, we're gonna do some tanza movement, meditation. We're gonna go and do some magic here. And using the body as a magical wand, because this is our magical wand. Nothing will do anymore, nothing less but our being and our body will do. So we're gonna use it to build the energy. Yeah.
And so it's interesting because Tzveta's come now and let's see, so many people have like just come within the flow, have just appeared. Everything's just appeared. When I was told to come here, I didn't even, I didn't have much money, and somehow or another I looked on the internet and there was a $383 ticket from JFK to New York. So I came, then I didn't know where I was going to stay. And then this lady, my dear friend now, sister, an auntie on the island, Milana Fiore, she hit me up. I was actually in JFK airport, and she said, and she had 100 friends on Facebook and one common friend. And she said, I've been watching you, and I have a vacancy in my house for, I'm good, yeah, for 6 weeks, and you can stay here. I said, how much is it? And I barely had enough for it, and so that happened. And then we went to another friend's house, and then we didn't have anywhere to go. And then this other lady that follows Soulogy, she found a place, and we had enough for a couple of nights. And then her and her husband went out of town for 12 days. This is Linda Caraway and Will Caraway, our beautiful friends that live down in Poipu. They're our friends now, and their beautiful cat Bo. So we stayed in this cottage across from their house, and they said, you know what, we're going out of town for 12 days. If you would watch our cat, you can stay in our house. So that happened, and then we went a couple more places, and Morgan was like, I can't do this anymore. I just can't do it, you know. Maybe we can regroup and try again later. And so we, you know, put up a prayer like they say, and then we ended up going down to this little town over here, Kapaʻa, and I saw an ad on Craigslist, and it was this house.
Magic.
Yeah, it was magic. Yeah.
I just want to add, just to support what you're saying, this is so many people experience this. We're learning to be moment to moment trusting, and the mind screams, and we make plans. And I've been on a very similar journey as a lot of you. But as we've been in the moment, trusting that energy that brought us here, because this creation is very smart, it's not dumb, and it's very loving, and it wants the best for us. The moment we just rest in the moment, it's magic after magic, and when you try it a little bit, just try it, and you will see it's like unfolding. And people will say, are you crazy? Yes, we are crazy. Welcome to the crazies, but the crazy is the normal. And I'm just confirming what Todd is talking about, being in the moment and trusting the divine, that it's right backing us, all of us, back us with unconditional love. And I post something, only the best it's now prepared for you. No crumbs are gonna do for us, no little scraps that we've been scrapping. It's for us, it's prepared, the banquet room, the dining room with silver and crystal, and only the best will do for all of us. And all it's invited in this party, a big party. We are cooking it and preparing it.
And so that's what's happening. And so we went. This was actually February the 4th. We pulled up to this place, and they have some apartments, and they have a couple of studios, and they have these one-room cabins, and I had enough money for a week, and so I was here, and then a couple of people that follow Soulogy contacted Morgan and I. We met with them. Then she went to Australia for 60 days, and these people, this beautiful couple, Poppy and Willow from Salt Lake City, Brian and Julie Devereaux, they called me up and they're like, hey, we're over on another island, we'll come over there if we can hang out with you. And I'm like, yeah, we'll come on over. And we had a great time. And then two ladies hit Tzveta up today and said that they live on the island, or one of them lives on the island, and wanted to meet her. And then I got a message from a lady just about 2 hours ago that said she would be here from the 17th or the 18th through the 25th. And this is how it works. And then today, which was the first full day Tzveta was here, we were just going from place to place yesterday and today. And Tzveta was like, oh my God, you know, this is like, everybody's so chill here. And I think Kauaʻi is a PowerPoint, like the Tor in Glastonbury and many other places. The veil's thinner. You can really feel the earth. You can hear the voice of the mother of the island. You can hear Mother Earth. And it's not a cliche and it's not New Age, it's real. And Tzveta was just remarking how, God, wow, we pick up this hitchhiker, she's a healer. We exchanged all this beautiful energy, and then we go to another place, and to another place, and to another place, and meeting these people, and it's just like incredible. And I said, this is what we've been doing, you know, the whole time we've been here for 6 months. And it was hard, Morgan and I. It was very hard for the first 2 months. You know, people say that you get initiated here. You know, I've been to Sedona. I went through the same thing in Sedona. But I think if an area might initiate you or help transform you or open code for you, you do the same for the area as well. So Tzveta was remarking that, and we were just telling her this is how it's been, and it actually takes a little getting used to all this abundance. And when we think of abundance, we think of money, but you know, and material things. But we're talking abundance of energy. And it's everywhere we go. And it's like if the lack and the fear, we're all getting used to dealing with that, taking responsibility for it, and clearing it ourselves and not projecting on other people. And what happens is the universe reciprocates with a greater abundance. And I think we're walking into that this month. And happy Mother's Day to everybody. It's going to be tomorrow here, but I know it's already Mother's Day in other places in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to say yay to this man, Todd Medina, because he prepared the ground. And I'm deeply, deeply grateful to you. And well, what you have done, it's beyond for so many people. For me, I can only speak. For me, it's preparing the ground, the groundwork. It's done, and a lot of people, we don't need to go through a lot of groundwork because a lot of people are preparing the groundwork, and for the coming waves they're coming, this is going to be even more easier. You don't need to go through all of this. So Todd, I salute your bravery, and it's bravery. It's brave to shift from this world, from this density, and to shift despite how people look at you, how people been talking about you. And it's like it's time for all of us to awaken. And it's like, thank you, brother.
Very
You
welcome.
made it happen.
Well, I think everybody made it happen. And I also have to say, Morgan made it happen because I was homeless, like she says, a homeless hobo, going around the country with my luggage, going from place to place, activating, being triggered, activating, but always working Soulogy. And then she's the muse, you know, and but she left. She packed up everything and came over here with really nothing in her pocket. And this was two years ago now, for the first trip. And then that was a wild ride. You know, we went all over the country and met a bunch of people, and had a lot of activations and triggers and dimensional experiences. And then she came back again, and that was Tzveta's had a big part of that. Tzveta got her Doctor of Divinity, and we got married in the Da Vinci spiral. Then she had to go back, and you have all the ups and downs of being separated, and then she came back when I got to Kauaʻi, and stuck with the dream. And then she had to go back because the visa expired. She had a grandbaby, and now she's back. And and that's how, we were talking about this today. That's how it works. This masculine feminine thing. The masculine creates, but he his access to the universe is through the feminine, and we're starting to see that. We just went through a month this past month. Everybody was talking about it in April, where there was a lot of projection. There was a lot of wounded masculine projecting in both men and women, but primarily the men. The women have really stepped up, and the men are stepping up now. Or I should say the feminine and then the masculine, because it's an energy. But there's still a lot of, I looked on YouTube the other day for the last month, our analytics, and 95% of the viewers were women, which, in Soulogy there's about a 65% women, 35% men. It used to be 75-25. That just tells me that there's still a lot of masculine energy that needs to be cleared in all of us. So we all serve the collective by serving ourselves, taking responsibility, and clearing what energy is being brought to the surface right now, which is really the wounded masculine energy that really ran this world. And so now, as we do that, I think we'll start to see more male incarnations stepping up. It's been a long, hard road for everybody, but things are starting to really gel for everybody now, and everybody that takes the responsibility and transforms themselves and is honest with themselves and doesn't project on people, or projects to lesser and lesser and to lesser degrees, is serving the collective and creating incredible communities and vibrations and frequencies and shows and groups and creations, and the war is over.
Yeah. Celebration. We're bringing, it's time to celebrate. That's for me my own personal things, because we all are holding a very special key, special ingredients that we are, and we're bringing it to the table so we can eat together. Together we can do this. Only together we can do it. It's a time for cooperation and to bring our powers together and to mix the most delicious cake ever and eat it and dance and celebrate it. Ooh, ooh, yes! I cannot. I'm so happy.
Morgan said that the island needs a dose of Tzveta, so it's getting the dose of Tzveta.
Watch out.
So we're going to be doing a lot of broadcasts and expanding the Soulogy community through the energy that we all share. Tzveta is a big part of this. A lot of people are a big part of it. Everybody really is a part of it. There's no doctrine and there's no dogma. There's no book. It's an energy. We continue to add frequencies to an ever-expanding vibration as we're a mirror of the universe. And that's, Soulogy is just a name for everything, like Holy Spirit, like Chi or life force or God or source or goddess or whatever you want to call it. But so we're going to be, while she's here, she's going to be here through June 3rd. We're going to be reporting daily from the front line of the apocalypse. Cosmo Dancer says, "You're so spicy." But yeah, we're going to be reporting every day, and Soulogy is not just the energy, the collective energy that all of us make up, but it's also a story, as we are all the story, the book of life. If I think about this whole journey, and I think about how lack and fear was always like right in my head and right in my face, because and you could understand why, because here you are trying to unite with a woman who is your cosmic partner, who lives on the other side of the world, and you don't have any money, you don't have a car, you don't have nothing, and I just slowly seen the magic work. And the way it works is you feed it, you feed the magic by engaging in faith. But I think more than anything, Morgan coined the phrase the other day in a conversation. She said, we're not light workers, we're shadow workers, and the shadow is where the magic is. And that's really what it gets down to. It's not so much, it is following the intuitive, but I mean, if you want to get down to what really the ingredient is for each one of us, it's to work the shadows, to love the shadows, to get to know the shadows and what they call the darkness. And that's where you find the Holy Mother, if you ask me. When I went homeless 8 years ago, for those 2 years, I always referred to her, the Mother Universe, as the Holy Darkness, and I didn't even know why. But it's a powerful thing, and that's where the magic is. It really is. Honoring our intuition, obviously, is part of it, but it all gets cultivated and expands and grows in the fertile ground of the shadow. Yeah. So that's my little my little speech for the day. Here's Tzveta on the last word.
On the last, you're giving me on the spot last word. Joy. May your heart feel the joy of all creation. May you open and experience the abundance that you are. May you be blessed by the blessing of the universe. In Lakesh, namaste, I love you and all. It's together we're doing it. Ciao. Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow morning. We're going to be out here. This is the yoga room, dance room. It's outdoors, and
it's free.
And it's free. Yeah, it's free.
No parking only. Yeah. There's a sign, no parking. You cannot park your car.
So I'm gonna get out here and film her, and we're just gonna improvise and be spontaneous and follow our intuition and work our creativity and imagination. And then when we need it, have a little courage to do it. See y'all. Bye-bye. And we're going to get Morgan on camera too.
Yeah, we have to drug her.
We have to drug her.